What we're doing is building a adobe cob oven and bench today. And so what I've done so far is I did the foundation a couple days ago, and you can be creative in what kind of materials you use for the foundation. You can use a lot of different materials. You can use earth bags, plastic bags filled with earth or sand. You can use that, which we actually did use some. You can use broken chunks of concrete, urbanite, which we also did use some. You can use cinder blocks. We got these on Craigslist, very cheap. You can use that. You can use tires, car tires filled with earth. So now we've done this so far. We put up these bricks here, starting making the bench. And so with the oven, we finished doing the bricks on the floor, and then made a sand mold. And we used just broken chunks of concrete and some broken adobe bricks. And so we made and then we put sand over it, and it's kind of a wet sand, and made a nice form. So we're just about done with our thermal mass layer. It's called thermal mass because it's very dense. So it's a lot of sand, like I'd said, 80% sand, 20% clay. And so the idea is that it'll hold on to the heat for a long time.
You need more bricks?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. You're the brick bringer over. Wonderful. So this is my first experience with cob, and it's just an incredible experience. Miguel is so great at instructing. It's such a forgiving, wonderful form of construction. Everybody today has had something that they just love about this art.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a 16th of an inch.
No, right. Just good enough. Good enough. I love it. Just good enough. Okay, I'll take a brick. Thank you.
We just couldn't wait to enjoy our new oven and bench.
You cannot make pizza in here tonight.
It's perfect.
Bring out the microwave.
Look at this.
It is perfect.
It's a perfect location, too.
Yes, it is. Oh, you guys look great in there.
They need to do a cob hot
We got a lot done in one day.
So we are now on day 2 of our oven building process, and we're here in Petaluma, California, and we have done this. This is the thermal mass layer. So this is about 4 inches thick of the very dense cob, 80% sand, 20% clay, and so we'll be cutting our door out here today. And so something I like to do in all my ovens is to put a copper tube inside the oven so that when the oven is hot, you can put cold water through the copper tube and it coils around and it comes out hot, so you get hot water. Alright, so now we are in the process of insulating the oven. So to make the insulation, we get clay. You want to try to find the stickiest clay as you can. You just don't want a lot of sand in this mix. You want it pretty sticky, and you mix it with water. If you have an electric paddle drill, that works also, or if you want to just mix it up with a hoe. I find mixing it up in a tub works best, so the mud won't slop all over. So this is about the consistency that we want it. So it's kind of a thick clay milkshake. And now we're going to add perlite. Now you can also add sawdust. You can use sawdust if you want. You can use vermiculite. You can use straw. But today we're going to use perlite. So it's pretty cheap, and it's just a nice lightweight material. And so the idea behind this is that the insulation layer keeps all the heat trapped inside the thermal mass layer, so it'll retain the heat for longer, so the heat won't escape. So making some good progress on our oven bench, and so now we're just putting kind of a combination of mortar and cob, some with straw and some without. Where we're putting cob on, that's pretty thin, where it's a pretty thin layer, we're not putting any straw in. Where we're filling in big gaps, like over a ½ inch or so, we're adding straw. We're lighting the fire for the Lovin oven for the first time. The first fire you don't have to make very big. This is just, we're kind of drying out the inside of the oven right now. So I came a few days ago and I went ahead and just sculpted this heart, and just using a nice cob mix, and just sculpted that, and kind of cleaned up these edges some. So we're going to be plastering the oven today. So now we are about to plaster our oven and bench. So we're going to do a lime plaster today. So the plaster mix here just consists of kind of a relatively fine sand and some lime, some hydrated lime, and some clay. And I put just a little bit of brown iron oxide pigment into this. And so it's about 4 parts sand, 1 part lime about. And so then we're going to be putting this on and then letting it set up, letting it get dry, and then we'll be sealing it with the linseed oil. So what I do first is I do kind of a slip, a lime and clay slip. So I put that on. And this just helps the plaster to adhere to the surface well. And I take our plaster and just put it on. Okay, so this hot water feature goes like this. So when the oven is hot, you can, there's a little copper tube right here. You just put a little funnel right there, and then pour water into the tube. And it's going to go around the oven, and then come out hot water right here. So instant hot water for tea, I think.